In July of 2019, I had started at Tesla in Fremont, California. Little did I know that Tesla was on a brink of bankruptcy.
Been a busy year, to say the least, here for Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who says that the long-awaited Model 3 is parked in what he calls production hell.
But we're actually getting down to a low that was seen only one other time in history. They have no profits, so what are the fundamentals? It's just a dream.
Okay, well then...
So there are no fundamentals. There's no valuation, there's no price to book, what is it? It's a guy with a tent who makes cars in a tent.
Sounds like he's talking my book right now.
Do they make cash? Do they make money on cars produced? The answer is no. He's missed a lot of targets. He continues to miss targets. He continues to burn cash.
Elon Musk has turned to robots, firing contractors, and now a very big tent.
I had worked inside a tent, inside the parking lot that was built. It was very hot conditions, working in like 100-degree heat inside a tent. That didn't stop me from doing my best and helping others when I could. The question I always asked myself was, what more can I do? After I was done finishing my processes, I would help others to the point where I was being recognized by supervisors and leads. And shortly thereafter getting raised at Tesla, me, my parents, and my little brother decided to go in on a lakeside home in Lathrop, California. And things didn't stop there. I went in also on buying a Tesla Model Y.
Nico's last day with his Honda Civic, and now he's switching over to a Model Y. He's excited.
Everything was going right for Nico Murillo. He had bought this house here in Lathrop right behind me, as well as a Tesla while working at Tesla, and 5 years in, he got laid off.
Nico Murillo is a proud Tesla owner, mainly because he's part of the team that built these cars at the Tesla factory in Fremont.
I was on my way to work, and then I got a personal email about my position had been eliminated. I was previously a production supervisor at Tesla. I was recently laid off on April 15th, Monday.
I posted my layoff experience on LinkedIn and I got 7 million impressions, to which then a YouTube video that I posted got 898,000 views with 12,000 subscribers in a matter of a few days. I turned a bad situation into a good one, and I became a full-time YouTuber.
We're selling the house, selling furniture, and then my next plan is to actually live in this car for about 5 years.
What I learned about this layoff experience is that you should never give up, and you should always get up no matter what. Failure gives you two choices. You can either stay down or you can get up and make something of yourself. Fall down 7 times and you get back up 8, and you keep on fighting no matter what. This thing on? Hey guys, thank you for watching to the end of this part of the video. Go ahead and give it a like and a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, comment your thoughts. I just wanted to hop on here and talk more about my experience of working at Tesla in 2019. And obviously I signed an NDA even though I don't work there anymore, so I cannot say a lot of internal things, but I can just speak on some of my experiences there. When I did work at Tesla in 2019, I in fact worked in that tent, and it was hot working conditions, and but it didn't stop me from helping others, and that was my attitude always, was to help others when my process was done and finished. I wanted to help others because it was just my natural ability. I had done it with football, with San Jose State and fraternity. All these things that I touched seemed to kind of turn into gold. That's what I believed. And I didn't want to just go there for a paycheck and just leave and go home. I wanted to go there and help others and help them become better versions of themselves. And that's what I did there. And I had received raises to go become a team lead and then a supervisor. And yeah, just my experience of working at Tesla was good. I did my best, I tried my best, and I think that's my message here, is to do your best no matter what the situation is. Unfortunately, I did get laid off in April of 2024 this year, but that didn't stop me either. You know, I turned a bad situation into a good one by posting my experience of being laid off on LinkedIn and YouTube, and now I'm a full-time YouTuber. So, you know, my message here is to never give up. No matter what you do, no matter the results, always give your best. And, you know, you fall down 7 times, you get back up 8. You know, you got to do what others don't so you could have what others won't. All right, so it's the next day. But yeah, you got to be willing to do a lot more than what you're asked to do, right? And I remember when I worked 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., I would be the first to arrive and the last to leave, right? And I would remember like stocking up night shift parts because at the end of our shift, I wanted night shift to be set up for success. So I'll always be like the last one to leave, like to stock up everything and to make sure everything's good so it's a smooth transition. You know, if there's anything to communicate to the night shift, I would be the last one to kind of tell them about what happened and stuff. And you know, it's those little things. I think small things makes greatness, right? And you just got to be what most people aren't, and that is consistent, right? And that's with anything that you do, right? Whether it's a job, whether it's your side hustle, whether it's sports. That's what I believed in, and that's what got me from production associate $19 an hour to making $120,000 a year. Is that attitude right there? Is that these little small things, they add up. One thing I like to always say is how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you follow that formula, there's no way that you can't be successful, right? You are going to be the best version of yourself when you follow that formula. And you're probably wondering, like, why did a guy like me get laid off? It was because there was a reduction in workforce and they needed to reduce headcount, which is all over the internet, right? So that's not insider information. But, you know, bad things happen, right? But it's how you react to it, right? Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. So yeah, I just put out my layoff experience on LinkedIn, and yeah, I got 7 million impressions, which was crazy. Like 7 million people saw that layoff post. I'll link it in the description if you guys want to see it, but I'm just updating all the new subscribers here. But yeah, I just was feeling really bad, and I remember I was on the porch just writing, and my experience from the time I woke up to the time I showed up to work to the time I got I badged in, and then the security guard told me that I was no longer working there. And yeah, that was after 5 years, you know, of working at Tesla. But you know, after the layoff post on LinkedIn, I got hit up by multiple newscast people, and I'll put some behind the scenes stuff in a few clips. Yeah, there was like KTVU, CBS, New York Post, Business Insider. On LinkedIn, I was probably getting, during that week in May, like, I kid you not, like almost 100 like emails or reaching out through LinkedIn messages, and I just couldn't keep up. So my mom, thank you mom, she was actually like my assistant in like setting up these scheduled interviews. And yeah, I ended up being on podcasts, on the news and stuff, and it was crazy because I didn't realize like all of this was going to happen just by one LinkedIn post, and then a YouTube video, right? And then it launched my YouTube career, so I became a full-time YouTuber. But also, to bring it back just a little bit, in May I had started at GNC as a store manager, and that was pretty fun. I worked at GNC previously before in like 2021, so I had reapplied basically, and I got the job. And yeah, as a store manager, yeah, I had been at the Stonebridge Mall in Dublin, but then a few months later after that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna apply myself to be a full-time YouTuber, because I was making around $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And that was pretty much enough to sustain my lifestyle, especially because I was kind of living inside the car. And yeah, so after the layoff, full-time YouTuber, and it just goes to show, like, you can turn lemons into lemonade, right? You could turn wine into water, kind of deal, right? Same metaphor. But yeah, it's just how you react to things. It's what you do after the fact. In football, it's kind of like this thing of the next play mentality. So kind of like if you are a quarterback and you throw an interception, you're not just going to dig your head in the sand, right? You're going to do your best to go on to the next play and the next play, because bad plays will happen. But the thing is, you never give up. You don't just let failure sink your head in the sand. You let your failure push you forward to greatness, right? And that's the message I want you guys to kind of like to kind of understand, right? Is that if you fail, that's a good thing, right? Because it's an indicator that you're trying and that you're going to get somewhere. If you keep throwing stuff against the wall, eventually something's gonna stick, right? And so after I became a full-time YouTuber, like I started posting 1 video a week, sometimes 2 videos, and you know, my channel started growing, and now we're at 35,000 subscribers, which I'm super thankful for. But yeah, turning that bad situation into something good, just like consistency with anything that you do. If you're going at something every single day, eventually something good is going to happen out of it, right? But on the flip side, if you don't, and you sometimes do it here and there, you're not consistent, right? No one wants like a sports athlete to make a touchdown every now and then, right? They want someone that's going to be consistent, that scores every single game and is there showing up early all the time and leaving later than when they're supposed to, right? So these things carried me from Tesla into YouTube. So anything that I do, I try my best, and I think that's the message here, is just do your best, no matter the results, no matter the situation that's happening in front of you. Yeah, you could blame other people, you could blame the company, you could blame other people, you could blame the weather, I don't know what it is. You could always blame other things, but if you're never owning up to it, like extreme ownership, which is what I live by, is like, it's my fault, I should have done my best to communicate that to you better, or I should have cleaned up, and then that would have made the team a lot more like cohesive to be like, oh yeah, I should clean up too. So if you embody extreme ownership, I really feel like that is going to catapult you into any career that you do, whether it's YouTube for me, or whether it's you're in a job at a grocery store, right? Always do your best, be consistent, and you know, have a good time, have a great time with it. You know, life is too short, right? So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the support and the love. If you guys haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, click the notification bells, and you know, like the video, comment the video. What do you think about my edits and stuff? Is it getting better? And thank you guys. We'll catch y'all in the next video. See ya. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, you could head to patreon.com/Nico Murillo. It's where I upload weekly videos before they even come out. So you can support if you want to, $5, $10, or $15. And yeah, thank you guys. It's more insider stuff that you want to see, inside sneak peeks. And yeah, thank you all.